Hey everyone, today I'm doing a review over the Axcel Landslyde bow sight. So in this video I'm going to show you how to level everything up, the first, second, third axis, and then also do a review over it and what I like and don't like about the sight. The one thing that will be a little bit different depending on how you buy the sight is I put an aftermarket scope on it, so that part might be a little bit different, but the sight itself will be the same. Some of the tools that you're going to need to get this leveled is some sort of string level or bow level. You can do it with the ham skis. They're going to help for setting in your third axis for sure. Maybe just a regular torpedo level or small level so you can get your scope leveled. And then Allen wrenches. So the first thing is to throw a level on the string or the riser. Make sure that's level. So the first thing we want to do is loosen up both of these screws, and this will adjust your rail, which I call the first axis. This is always set, but if you loosen up both of them, and you just kind of twist this, and you watch the bubble here, make sure that rail's level. So then tighten these back up once you get it perfectly level. Those level here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to set your second axis, which is how your sight is up and down this way. So this way, this bubble matches your rail now. And what that's going to do is as you go up and down, it's going to make sure that they're going on the same plane. So you're not hitting left or right. You should be hitting the exact same spot as you go up and down. Which is screw there. And there's another one right at the bottom. See it tucked up underneath there, which it is that little screw right underneath of the top one. So you go ahead and loosen them. Just pick up the actual sight itself. Okay, and then once you get it where you want it, you'll tighten those back up, and that is your second axis is set with your first axis now, where the actual scope rail connects to it. You'll loosen up this bolt and the one underneath, and I just like to make sure that that scope housing is actually level, but I like to just stick that on there and make sure this is level. So that way it matches your bow and everything. So once you get your first and second axis set, you'll do your third axis, which if you have a bow vise, you can flip it up. Just make sure that you get the riser level, and you can just throw a little hamski level or any sort of level on there and just make sure your bow's level. And then what you'll do from there is there's two bolts right on top, which I'll zoom in and show you. You'll loosen them up, and that'll move your sight in and out. So when you're shooting an angle shot, your bow will still be level. So the third axis is important, especially if you're shooting a pretty steep angles, uphill or downhill. So I'll show you how to do it that way, but then also you can do it this other way, which is probably going to be a little bit more accurate. But as far as space here, I can show you that in another video. Now if you take one of these hamski, the hamski levels here, and then you'll put this vertical pin on. You'll mount this into your riser, so it'll be like that. You'll take your level and draw a straight line or check a door jamb and see if it's level. You'll line up this point, so you line up the bottom point with the top point on that level line as you're drawing back. And then from there, you'll see which way your bubble's off. Don't just hold it straight back or it won't be accurate. Torque into your bow. And so it'll actually show a full draw, kind of how you're torquing the bow, and it'll be a little bit more accurate for yourself. But as just a typical rule of thumb, what I do to just get it somewhat close, put it in a level like this, or a bow vise like this one, put it at an angle, make sure that I'm level on my riser, and then I'll go ahead and adjust it. Sorry about the audio there. Not sure what happened. I'm not that technical of a person, so not really sure exactly what happened. Hopefully it's fixed now. Anyway, so now I've got this bow all set up. All the axes are level. So now I should go in and shoot my third axis. The reason why I want to shoot it in is it's actually going to get your anchor point, and shooting downhill, it'll show if you're shooting left or right. So what you'll do is find a hill, set up your target, draw a vertical level line, and shoot at that and see if you're mixing constantly to the left or right. But that'll end up making sure that you're set up perfect. Some of the features that I really like about this sight is you have a positive stop here, and you've got several different adjustments, so it should be able to fit about anybody. So if you slide your sight up or down, you can always come back to that set spot. So for me, it's 20 yards. So I like that you can move that up and down to get it set perfect. You have a lock here, and your sight will not move. Really like that feature. And then right here you can see there's a little tab you pull out, and then you can adjust your windage, and then just push that back in and it locks it, so you don't need an Allen wrench there. You have dual indicator pins for your slider. I really like that. And then also it comes with metal sight tapes. I really like that feature, so you don't have to worry about sight tape falling off or getting your sight tape put on perfect. Then also you can adjust all three of the axes, which is really nice. Some of the things I don't like about this sight is the wheel is pretty small to adjust your elevation. So it can be a little bit tricky to get in there and move it, but it does move pretty easily. So not a huge issue, and at least you can lock it in. But it can get bumped and moved on you, because it does slide fairly easy. So that is something that could happen. But with it being able to be locked in, you might not have that issue. The other thing is with an aftermarket sight, the dual indicators didn't work for this sight. So only one was a slider pin for me. Not a huge issue, but something to keep in mind if you are going to throw a different scope on this sight. Another thing that I didn't like so much about it is just all the axis you have to set by hand. There's no micro adjust. Just takes a little bit more time, but I do like that you could adjust all the axis. Overall, it's a really solid sight. Didn't really see any other problems with it. I didn't have anything moving or anything after I locked it down, so it does stay put, and it's a really good sight. Highly recommend it if you're in the market. Like I said, it's just going to take maybe just a little bit longer to get some of your axis set. Overall, I think it is a good sight for the money, and highly recommend it if you're in the market. I hope this video helped you get your axis set, and hope you maybe make a decision on if this is the right sight for you or not. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you found this to be informational. I'll be doing different site reviews coming up, so if there is one that I particularly don't get posted that you want to see, leave it in the comments below and I'll try to get it added. Thanks for watching, and stay hidden.